Thank you guys for tuning in to
the
Record Podcast. It's your girl, Abay.
I'm Carys.
I'm Lex.
And I'm Shana Charmel. So let's get to the sister check-in. You know the vibes, mental health and life update. How y'all feeling?
I'm feeling better. I'm great.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
If we were giving an update as into how we feel right now,
I'm great.
We're good.
Just peachy.
I feel relaxed. Relaxed.
All right.
All right.
See what that money make
Lex
a bitch
Carys,
do.
do you have any questions for us?
Let's see.
What's one area of your life where you feel like you're leveling up?
Ooh.
My business.
That's what I was about to say, my business. I think it's personal growth. Mm-hmm. I'm leveling up with like falling back in love with myself and doing what's best for me right now. For me, that was me, I would want to say 6 months ago. I was definitely leveling up in my personal growth in my social life because I had social anxiety back from what happened my senior year of high I still
school.
suffer from social anxiety. Yes, but like I'm overcoming that a
the
little
fidgeting.
Clearly. But like now I'm at the point in my life as I get older, I'm like, I now started my business. I'm getting into my career that I went to school for, that I went to Paris for, like all that stuff. I'm really excited for all that part of my life.
Period.
You grown.
And I'm only 23 years old.
I know
Clock
that's
it.
right.
Clock it.
Clock that. For me, I would say self-love. I'm trying to take care of myself a little bit better. I started taking more vitamins. You know, I threw a little garlic supplement in there.
Yeah.
Because of that cholesterol, you don't even taste it. It's actually really good. But also that, and then collecting these degrees. Okay.
Yeah. How many degrees you got now?
I'm on my second one. I'm almost done. Give me like
A couple more months.
Working on
graduation is May 15th.
Working on it, yes.
Period.
And you've been going to cycling classes and working out.
Okay. Clock it, cause this bitch is tired. Is there a place where you've seen yourself settling lately?
Ooh. No. Because I'm changing a lot of stuff this year. Ooh, shaking up the workplace, shaking up the professional life, shaking up the personal life, shaking up motherhood. Yeah, I don't have time for settling right now.
I'm too grown for that.
You're too grown for that. And time is precious. So like I feel like when you settle, you waste a lot of time. I think I have settled in the past, but because I'm leveling up right now, everything getting shaken up.
My biggest pet peeve is feeling like I wasted my time.
Yeah.
I would crash out if I feel like I wasted my time. I don't crash out that much, but like
I crash out all the time. I'm a crash. Ask my mom. I'll be crashing out in the group chat all the time.
Yeah, you're.
But
You quick to be like, I'm not gonna. Oh, okay.
But
we're having a moment.
and you know what? I need that time to have those thoughts, and then I'll be like, what the fuck was that for?
I don't get to do that.
That was so unnecessary.
I think that's why I'm at the shaking up part of my life, or like moving up, because I don't get to crash out. Like what I have to lose, like I have to move strategically. I have to be wise. I have to. A lot of other things depend on me, so I don't get to crash out. I don't get to lose it and be like, oh my god, da 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 da, because I can't. I have a lot to lose, and I'm a mother, so like that puts a lot of pressure on it. Where it's like if I'm gonna crash out, is the risk worth the reward? And it never is, at least not yet. So maybe I'm a retired crash out, because when I was younger and I was in that place, oh, without a doubt, yeah,
I'm a crash out every time.
There was no second thought.
I'm a send a voice note every time.
You sent us a voice note in the group chat.
you did.
My mom still talks about the voice note I sent her after I left one of the dorms down in Maryland. I was hot. It was like 3 a.m. I was intoxicated. I was pissed. Them people.
Oh, you had time.
Y'all's people.
You had time.
Down there at that one school had me fucked up.
I love how she said y'all's people.
Y'all's people.
Had me fucked
got
up.
it.
I was pissed.
And
I sent my mom a 15-minute voice note of
15 minutes is
cussing.
crazy.
Straight
You
cussing.
just call
she was asleep. So
You had to let it out.
And I knew she wouldn't answer, so I had to get it out.
That's
See?
a whole cartoon episode, no ads.
No ads.
Listen, I had to let that out. Cause you know this motherfucker done told me that this book shit. I was going off. I will always send a voice note. I will always cuss. God is working on me.
You one of those people where it's like, okay, can we put a pin in this? Fuck no.
No.
No. I'm getting it off my chest right now.
Mm-hmm. She's like, yep.
It is.
Like I'm not debating you. That's correct.
Don't lose no sleep. Going to sleep peacefully.
As fuck. After I've crashed out. Because I was in bed when I sent her that voice note. I remember. I remember where I was. I was sitting in bed. I was like, and you know this motherfucker. And
always been a certified.
And then we drove 30 fucking minutes for motherfucking nothing.
Dang. Now you slump.
That's how it was.
She's not over
Talk your way
She
through
don't get
it.
over anything. Piggy, give it like 15
Not
years.
yet. Not yet.
It's too
Because y'all keep throwing shit back in my face and it's so soon. Because what do you
wound's still
mean?
fresh.
Like what do you mean?
The wound's still fresh.
What do you mean?
But you're here now.
Yeah, you're
That's
good.
what I keep trying to tell you.
And I understand that, but there's always for me, there's always a part of me that's like
no, I
understand we gotta grow, we gotta elevate, but God damn, we didn't have none of that shit.
You know what that's called? Humility.
Yes. And there's a lot of people that lack that.
Humility. And it's a developmental thing. You'll get there. But it's like we are at the point in our adult lives where it's like, oh, this person had me fucked up. And I can't believe I let that fly. Because old me? Baby. Humility.
I be letting so much shit slide.
Humility.
Especially at work.
That's because you got shit to lose at work.
Exactly. And I ain't gonna lose that check for no bitch.
Not a one.
And now with this drink, it looks sweet. It looks chocolatey.
It smells like vodka.
Chocolate when they try to get over things. So Lex, what kind of drink do you got for us
What
today?
are we getting over?
I got us a s'mores martini.
What's in it?
It looks sweet.
So excited. Some vanilla vodka, Bailey's, chocolate liqueur.
They make flavored vodka?
Yes.
They do.
Oh.
Marshmallow sauce and chocolate syrup. Not too much.
That is all vodka.
It tastes delicious though.
Where?
After the
It
fact.
tastes like chocolate milk with vodka.
It tastes delicious.
It's not my favorite, but it's drinkable.
Is it?
I love s'mores
Like
martinis.
if I had,
Y'all don't like s'mores martinis?
I've never had
I don't
one.
like s'mores, but
Maybe you should have said that.
I didn't know you were making this.
Oh, okay.
And if you said it, I don't remember. I told you my memory's shot for the rest of the
You
month.
did. You did.
My thing is,
My tongue is burning.
I don't think
I just want to eat my marshmallow in peace.
I don't like the sweet. I don't like the warm alcohol taste after.
Not warm.
Oh, what's alcohol in there?
Yeah.
We know.
You just like straight Tito's or straight vodka.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like,
You just
I
take shots
am
of
a
that.
very on the rocks adult person. I don't need the
I like
extra
shots
sugar.
like that.
I don't need the
love the
heartburn. I don't need the
flavor,
flavoring.
yeah.
Give me Tito's on the rocks
I'm
and
a
I'm
little
good.
toasty
Give me like
So
it's
shout out
just
to the s'mores.
I
I
can't.
would say this
Shout
is,
out to that marshmallow.
I say
The marshmallow
this
is fucking
like
great.
perfect for like a winter night by the fireplace.
It would
say
be
that.
better, like, you know, have you ever had like a warm alcohol, like a hot cider?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this would be good warmed up.
That's like a hot chocolate though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a boozy hot chocolate.
yeah. I see that.
I can
Yeah.
get into that. Yeah.
Y'all be mad at me if I said I want to go get more marshmallows.
Just want to eat a bag of marshmallows and toast them.
And what are we?
I will
naming
toast
this, Lex?
them.
What are we naming this?
Boozy campfire.
Boozy campfire.
Ooh, I like that.
That's it.
So, with Boozy Campfire, we get into the segment of we drink and we don't judge. And I feel like this scenario is perfect for what we're going to talk about today. So, the title is I, 29 male, love my girlfriend, girlfriend 25 female, but I think I need to end things. My girlfriend, 25 female,
To sit up for me.
Yeah, because what?
and I, 29 male, have been together for 2 years and 3 months. I love her. It has been the happiest relationship I have had in a very long time. We have a lot in common. We have fun, adventuring together, share interests. She's an incredible cook. She thinks I am amazing and always compliment me. Sounds like she's my man, my man, my man.
Yeah, she's very for him.
Right. However, something I considered a red flag when we first started dating has started to cause a strain in our relationship. She's incredibly jealous and can be very possessive. She snoops through my phone.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, because it's giving obsession, and now I'm afraid.
When we first started dating and came to me with questions about other women I knew or followed on Instagram, all of the relationships she's asked about were completely platonic. And some of them were the people I hadn't spoken to in years, but still followed them on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wrap it up.
I'm judging. It's one of those things where I love you, and I do
She's
truly
insecure.
love you, but I don't love you for me. I love you, but I don't love you for me. That
has to work on
obsession
that.
and that insecurity of being so involved in somebody
It's not
else.
even that bad.
It's really bad.
It really is
It's
bad.
really strong.
I really didn't think it was
It's
strong
fucking
at all.
hot. Shit.
Fast forward to just after
problems.
the 2-year mark, we were having some drinks and cutting up when she confessed to me in a joking manner that she has been taking my phone and snooping through it at least once every month for the entirety of their relationship. She told me to never change the password because it would cause problems if she couldn't access it. She came to me furious about a past relationship
She
that
need
I had
therapy.
not told her about.
She needs therapy.
Jesus.
I mean, I've snooped, so I can't say nothing.
No, there's nothing that you can't discuss
Once a
with
month
your
though,
partner.
like you got a routine.
Oh, not
But
once
then,
a
like,
month.
don't change your password because then I'm not gonna be able to do my routine.
Like, I'm so sorry. Ain't no checks that needed.
Wait, here's the juicy part. Not only did she take my phone and go through it without permission, but she's going back on private conversations that are over a year old about things that do not involve her and none of her business. What she
They've been
did
together
was
for 2
weird.
years. And
Yes, 2 years
conversation
ago.
that's a year old. So I mean they were still together, maybe still early in their relationship, but still together. She could have just asked or
Yeah.
like discussed it
It's
or
a
what's
little weird.
It's giving
She's
obsession.
very insecure.
Very insecure.
Yeah, and it's given. She's so
needs
my
to go to
man, my
therapy.
man, my man, and she's so obsessed with him. Her world outside of him is very scarce and very lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving obsessed to a dangerous level.
Yeah, it's very
That's
dangerous
scary.
because like she's now taking possession of something that's his, like his phone, his password.
Yeah.
So like even his sense of freedom, how dare he breathe without her? Oh my God.
I've been through something like that before where somebody
Yeah.
went through messages with me and my mom.
And you're like, what are you looking
that's
for?
crazy.
And I said, so you're making yourself upset and now you're
Right.
mad at me because I talked to my mom about you? Why did you go through my messages
Right.
anyway? That's number one.
then-
Well, number one is how'd you get in my phone?
Yeah.
Why are you
Number
in my
two
phone?
is why are you in my phone? Number three, why are you in my messages? Number four, why are you in my messages with my mother?
Yeah. It's
I could
no.
be telling her that I think I got some type of disease
And you in here talking to my mama.
because I may or may not have
Right.
done some things with about 5 or 6 different people in
Right.
1 week. Like, that's hypothetical. I would never do that.
Okay,
But
It's hypothetical.
I was making the same face.
it's a hypothetical. I would never do that. But
I get
if
what
I
you're
was,
saying.
and I was talking to my mom about that, why would you be in?
Yeah.
Right. And then how you know I'm not having that conversation with my mom so that I can bring it to you. This is
Right.
my mother.
Yeah.
So like I could be planning all along to bring that to you.
Right.
But I'm not ready. Let me get everything ironed out first. And here you go snooping. So now you don't
Yeah,
jump the
it's-
gun.
Like,
Like,
you
whoa.
can't.
He
If
should
you
definitely move on.
if
He
you
should move
can't
on. Don't
communicate enough to
Yeah.
ask, you should not be
Yeah.
equipped enough to be able to go through somebody's phone. But
But
you're not ready to find out.
What he's saying
if
is
you're not
he
ready to
loves her
ask.
now. He loves her a lot.
Let that bitch go.
He loves the way
Sorry.
that she loves him. You know, he's like, oh, she's about me. She
Therapy.
encourages me and all of this
That's
stuff.
what I'm saying. Unless, like,
It's just-
unless
y'all
like,
need
she
to
goes
heal.
through therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
there's
they can
some
really
work
have
that
a
need to
real
be done.
conversation,
There's no-
therapy.
there's no way
That's
around
the only
that.
way that
Yeah.
they could stay together. But if not,
They need
It's
to,
a wrap.
They need to separate.
They need to separate.
And she needs to figure
Her
out.
work needs to be done individually.
Correct.
Yeah, don't just move on to the
And
next
don't
person.
put
Right.
all of your work on your partner.
Yep.
Exactly.
Because that is not their job.
It's not their responsibility.
You should be able to come into a relationship fully equipped to know what you have and what you don't have and what you
Right.
need or don't want.
That's why I said they might be done in their relationship because
Correct.
she might go to do her work and she's doing it to get back at him. Like, I'm gonna do the work, and I'm coming back, and I'm coming back. While she's doing the work, he should be moving on.
Correct.
So by the time she's
Don't
like, I
never
did the
wait on
work
no
and I'm
bitch.
here, your motive for doing the work was because of me. I'm already past it. It's not because of yourself.
It should have been for yourself.
It should have been for yourself.
Everything you do that will bring you to a next phase of your life should be for yourself. It should never be for nobody else.
So that's why I said their relationship is over. Like, even if he says go get to work and you have to, like, you're loving me to a point where it's suffocating and I feel unsafe and you're monitoring everything that I do, you need some work done. Exactly. And he's like, I want to experience love and I love the way that you love me, but I want to feel secure in love.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel monitored. Love shouldn't feel like,
I shouldn't feel like you're my mother.
Like you're my I shouldn't feel like you're my monitor. Like I shouldn't feel like I'm on house arrest because I love you.
And with that being said, we move to our main discussion of, sis, are you settling?
Yeah. So what is the difference between settling and being patient?
Time. Changes in
time, context, because this is something that you're working on together,
actively working on,
actively
not playing
seeing the work being
the person
put in,
is actually actively trying to better themselves.
Absolutely.
Or are they just giving excuses? Because if they're just giving excuses and you don't see anything changing, then you're settling.
Right.
They're mountains of nothing.
Being patient
years
is being able to witness the work.
Excuses are mountains of nothingness.
Yeah. So when you're being patient, you're witnessing the work, you're seeing the efforts, you're seeing the constantly.
And it will never be a straight line.
It's never, it's consistent.
There will always be parts where you fall off or you fall back or you don't do something right.
Yep. There's always a little bit
so
of a
it's not about doing everything right. It's about putting the effort in to try.
Yeah.
And when you're settling, it's like, I do feel like when you're like, oh, I'm going to change, I'm going to do it. It's only when it's convenient to losing something.
Right.
Yeah.
You're settling. You're like, I've been waiting for this to happen. It hasn't happened yet. You keep saying it's going to happen. All right. So now your job is on the line. And you're like, no, I'm going to do it now. Because you're losing something. Now your relationship is over. No, I'm going to do it. It's too late. Your relationship is over.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, it's convenient. Now you see what you're losing. Yeah, no, that's settling.
Personally, though, not relationship-wise, it is sometimes hard for me to see the difference between me being patient with myself and settling.
Yeah.
Because I feel like in some aspects, I give myself too much grace.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I let myself fall off too many times. And I'm like, girl,
but I
get it together.
Just personally, like for you, I also think you just hold yourself to a very, very high standard. Like you are young.
That's what they say.
And you don't have to have it all together.
You said that's what the age numbers say. That ain't nothing to do with up here. The numbers say I'm young.
I should be here.
Yeah.
I should be making this already.
I should be making 6 figures by now.
I'm really right here.
No.
All the work I put in.
That's what it is with having like an internal pressure.
I think society makes it think that we should have it all together already, right? Straight out of college, but that's not the case.
That is not what happens.
The other problem is, though, my family never put any pressure on me to do a motherfucker.
No, I think it's you and yourself.
I did it to myself.
Yeah.
Right.
I pushed myself so hard that I like almost lost everything.
Both ways, my family
sophomore year of college.
Yeah, my family had a pressure, and like, not my family, very distinctive person in my life, my role model, the person I would say is my mother, had a standard. Where if you didn't meet that standard, because what's your excuse?
Exactly.
It's literally been lined up for you. You should be hitting these mile markers. Like, why aren't you here yet?
Even with certain grades, you don't get those grades. It's a problem. Why are you?
But
not
like, what's your excuse?
Oh, I never had the thing with grades. I always had the thing. Well, no, not even behavior. I've never had that pressure from my family. Ever.
I have.
did.
Outside of my grandparents down, I've never had that pressure. My great-grandparents, they've put that pressure on me because they've invested in me.
Right.
My great-grandparents have paid my tuition entirely from undergrad to grad school completely.
Yeah.
I would never let them down.
Because they want a return on investment.
And return on their investment, and I'm going to give them everything they deserve and more.
Right.
Because a child costs over $1 million in their life.
And that's why it's fuck them kids.
That's a lot.
Sorry to your child. I love my nephew to death. I love my nephew to death.
That return on investment where it's like, you're young, I do have a standard and I expect much from you. But it's like, I felt that same pressure, not just with grades, but like I said, mile markers where it's like, like I'll send this person, like my role model, like, hey, I applied for graduation from undergrad. And the response was, well, what did you expect? Because you were gonna graduate.
You should be doing
like that's not. Wait, you thought that was optional?
Yeah.
No, but not
I've
even
never
the.
had
Oh my God,
No, like with
it
my
was
family,
not
it was
optional.
like, oh, I got honor roll, but why didn't you get high honor roll?
Yeah,
I didn't get that though. I never got that.
With distinction.
I got high honor roll with distinction every time.
You get an A+.
yeah. Because what's your excuse?
I will never forget one time I was so mad at myself. I got a B. I called my mom. I said, Mom, I was crying. I said, I got a B. I was working so hard. She was like, girl,
Relax.
C's get degrees. What kind of mom are you?
I didn't adopt that until I got to college because COVID happened. Freshman year. When I went back, I was like, it's not going to line up for me. Parts of my beginning of college was online because of COVID. So coming back, I need to give myself grace. So when I got my grades back and stuff like that, obviously I was trying and they were really good, but my senior year, a lot of stuff happened. I gave myself grace and I'm like, I'm glad that I got my 3.38 GPA in one of the most competitive majors that a person can take.
Period.
So like, I didn't adopt that, but like in high school, I was stressed. I didn't sleep. That's why I love to sleep now because
You're like,
I was stressing, just making paintings, all this other stuff. I was stressed, and my mom, she held me to a high standard. I was her only child, single mom, all this stuff.
I didn't have any of that. It was like, I'm gonna get it done.
In my household,
I had to figure out everything for myself.
You're going to be a doctor, lawyer, or engineer. Choose it. And do it.
Yes.
I didn't have none of that. I didn't have none of that. My mom has never put none of that pressure on me.
No, and it's literally like me and my two other siblings, like that's what we chose.
Yeah.
I mean, we all changed once we got in college. But like that's
once you get there, that shit hit different.
Like,
but if you like, when I was growing up, I always wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to be a civil engineer. My mom would fly me to different.
Trying to get this baby to be a civil engineer.
To different camps.
Because he's good at what
He's good at what he does.
Amazing at what he does. Shout out to my nephew. But I used to want to be a civil engineer or architect. And my mom would fly me out to these different camps in different states. I went to one in Villanova and one at Occidental in California. And I went to these camps and I did all these STEM camps and she was investing in me for that period of time. I have a degree in political science, y'all.
does it be like that?
Gee.
Be like that.
But it had nothing to do with my parents. Mind you, everybody in my family on my mom's side, they have degrees galore. Deborah's resume by itself is a dissertation. Okay? So college for me was never an option. But when it came to doing everything, I did everything the traditional route. My grandma didn't have that option. My mom did not do that. I don't even want to get started on her. But I had to figure everything out essentially for myself. Like, I was my own advisor in undergrad. I made sure, like, I did, if I had known, hindsight's 2020, that, you know, dual enrollment is better than AP courses, I would have done dual enrollment. I would have been enrolled at the community college in middle school when I was taking high school classes. I didn't know that. And that's a lot of the stuff that they don't teach us. But at the same time, when I got to school, I found out, I was watching a YouTube video the end of my freshman year, and they were like, oh, you can graduate in 3 years if you do XYZ. I made a spreadsheet. I went to the SUNY website.
She really did.
You be doing the most for yourself.
She really did.
I really do.
See, no.
She would stress me out. Like, girl.
Stress as the older sister. Oh my God.
Like, please.
Relax. Calm down.
It's okay.
All the people in my family.
Y'all will hate what I gotta say at the end of this episode.
And I'm the only one that showed interest in the arts with the music, with the drawing, and
that's
stuff like that.
Thing.
And that's what I went to college for. And they supported me. But it's also like now that I graduate, they're expecting me to be doing this with my degree. But like it's hard. It's hard.
That's where my pressure came from. But my pressure was like, don't quit. You're not allowed to quit at all.
Not allowed to quit.
My entire undergrad track was I chose this degree, I chose this, and it was lined up for pre-veterinary medicine. You're going to be the doctor. Like, you're a vet. You've been saying you're going to do this. You started this. This is what my money is going towards, and this is what you're going to do. imagine the heartbreak where I'm like, I got the degree, y'all, but I'm not going to med
doing
school.
this shit.
And they're like, what? Oh my God, what are you going to do? Instant panic. Yeah. Because the return on investment, where it's like, you know what? I did it because you put this pressure on me. I can't quit. So like changing my major, that wasn't a thing. It was like,
I gotta figure it out.
I gotta figure it out. And if I do it, I have to give it my best shot. So every opportunity that comes along that involves animals, sign me up. If it's local, regional, district, I'm in somebody's hospital, I'm in emergency overnight, I'm animal control, I'm doing all specialist stuff, because I gotta get the return on investment. This, my family invested in me. This is what I said I was gonna do, and I did not quit. I did not give up. And they're like, so, doctor.
I had
and
to do family meetings to run decisions.
Because like
I had to do Zooms
to be like, what are you doing?
Because freshman year,
to transfer from an HBCU to a local college, because what we paid for you to go there. And when I say we, I mean like my big sister, like the one person I don't want to let down was like, I'm only 10 years older than you, so if I scraped up my coins to pay your enrollment fee, your first semester, your books, you're going to this school. Actually, I'm transferring. Don't ask me for a motherfucking thing. Not another dime.
I was almost at that point. Yeah, I thought that I was going to lose my scholarship. Granted, it really was not a lot. It was not a lot compared to tuition. Tuition was like $55,000. My scholarship was $15,000, and that was for both semesters in 1 year. I got $15,000 per year. It didn't cover a fuck thing. I was distraught. I was in the Aggie, the North Carolina A&T transfer portal. I was doing all kinds of shit. My family was like, why are you doing that?
Because you're staying here.
Oh, I am?
Yep.
We can afford that? Shit, I'm thinking about y'all pockets.
Literally.
You be putting pressure on yourself.
I'm trying to help y'all out. Shit.
So when did you guys realize you had been accepting less than what you deserved? Or overcompensating for?
Or why do we sometimes convince ourselves that less is okay?
Because we don't know who we are. We don't know our worth.
It's a growth.
I've done that so many times, not even in relationships, but friendships and just being in different spaces. I've seen where I was years ago, and I'm like, wow, you thought you deserved that?
Yeah.
You were so much more.
That leveling up be different, where you're like, ooh.
Like, to see myself, like, if I was me 10 years ago and I could see myself right now.
Girl, I'm not even me yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday, you might have got somebody different. I'm not her.
Yeah. Like, and that's so crazy to me, because I would never, I say this to myself now. This shit is nasty. It's so strong. Like, it's good, but it's strong. And I don't like chocolate milk. But to see myself now, I would never say to myself, oh, you deserve this because da-da-da-da. And like stand on that. Like, I was really standing on that shit back in the day. Like, I was like, I deserve this. This my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, real bad.
Also, my background, like my self-worth, I was kind of the child that life was spoken into. So I was always raised around, you're better. Do better, think better, be better. Like, it done been told to me, you're better than her. You're better than this person. Because I was so humble. I was very passive when I was younger.
Yes, I wonder if that's a Caribbean thing.
It might be a Caribbean thing.
My family as well.
It's like, I was very humble. I was very passive. I was a learner. I'm a sponge. So I've always been like different in that aspect. So when it came to settling, it was like, if I'm always my best self and this is what I got, maybe this is what I deserve. And then I'll level up and be like, oh, maybe I need to move on, but I don't put effort into this. My superiors, my family, they're like, you're better. Do better. Ask for more.
And that's where I'm at with my degree.
So loud and extra.
So loud. Like, oh, you thought that person was gonna be with you for the rest of your life? Girl, no.
But how about
you're better?
Not even relationships.
You're better. You thought that career was where you were gonna settle? You're better.
Because you're friends with this person.
Oh no, let her go. You're better.
How about you got a bachelor's of political science? You thought you was gonna work in politics?
Girl, no. You're better.
Bitch, please.
Yeah, no.
You get your master's.
Yeah.
You're not even about to work in that field.
So I think that's the same same thing where it's like maybe it's a Caribbean thing or a culture thing, but like my biggest influencer is like I have 3 master's degrees. I'm you thought you were gonna stay here? You're better. Yeah. You were bred better. You are better. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. But even internally, that work where you're like, I'm settling because I'm comfortable. Yeah. I'm settling because how dare I think that I'm better, or how do I get myself to see what you see in me? And then when you level up and you have like a veil lift and you're like, wow, I am better than this.
That is so hard.
I can, being passive, I can ask for more.
And when you're in a comfortable place, it's hard for you to get out because
it's hard.
A lot of people have a hard time being uncomfortable.
Being uncomfortable
in that position.
Yes.
Oh my
and when you are your own worst critic and you push yourself internally, once you get there, you be like, oh, it's gone ho. Like now it's pedal to the metal. I'm going full force because I'm here now. Yesterday I had some doubt. Yesterday I was sad. Yesterday I was down on my luck.
Concerned.
Today I woke up and was like, oh, you had me fucked up. Let me remember who I am. Let me remember who I am.
I will never forget.
Yeah.
Y'all know I'm unemployed.
It's not your fault though.
It's not my fault.
You're in school.
Y'all know I'm unemployed.
You are in school and you are better in your life.
I was stressed. I said, shit, it's been 2 weeks since I got that last check. I don't know what I'm going to do for this coming up week because I have things I need to take care of. Afterpay was coming after me. A firm was coming after me. Klarna sent me a message for $7.83. I said, are you fucking serious? I don't have that.
You could have had my $7.
I could have just sent it.
I would have just sent it to you.
Girl, yeah. In my car right now.
I'll give you 83 cents.
I woke up the next morning. I was like, God, I don't know what I'm going to do if I don't get any money tomorrow. Like I don't know what you got going on up there. But I need you to figure this out because I'm fighting for my life right now, and I can't ask my parents because I'm tired of asking them for stuff.
Right.
Yes. That's a whole other mental block.
Right.
Yeah.
And I woke up the next morning. It was like 3 a.m. I was on the toilet. I looked at my bank account. I said, oh my God.
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
When I tell you, I paid everything off in full. I said, you will never get
Won't he
this
do
again.
it?
Then
Won't he
I
do
fucked
it?
up and I booked the flight and I put it on Klarna.
He ran it back.
And them concert tickets.
Okay.
You did it immediately.
Because my aunt keeps sending me money. I keep putting that on the books.
We drink it, we don't judge. I'm out of drinking.
And you know what?
So how do you guys set new standards for yourself?
Self-reflection.
Yes.
I think sitting down and spending time with me is how I get my next 5-year plan. It's how I get my next bullet points. Yeah. So like
Also setting
but
I don't have a 5-year plan.
holding yourself accountable.
accountability,
I have a trajectory of where I see myself. And
It do look like chocolate milk.
That's
and I don't.
Kid sees it.
Yeah. I'm so glad my nephew not here.
because he can't have some. What's that?
No, baby. No.
What's that?
But like, what was we talking about?
We're talking
How do you set new standards?
Set new standards.
Trajectory. You see yourself in the
Yes, I don't have a 5-year plan. I see myself somewhere. I see myself in someone, and that's my goal.
That's the goal.
And I will do everything I can to get to that point. When I was in high school, I was a freshman in high school. I thought I was going to Hampton. Don't tell nobody. I knew I was going to the Institute. I just knew I was going to this. They had a nice architecture program. I just knew I was going to the Institute. It's a picture on my mom's Facebook page right now. It says Future Hampton Pirate. Call the law.
Then you went to the real HU.
Right. I was delivered freshman year. No, 8th grade. We went to our yearly DC trip. We went to Howard. I fell in love.
Yeah.
From that point on,
I'm going.
It was Howard down.
it was Howard down.
Because that's all you.
2020, when we were going through all of the things I was going through my senior year of high school, I said, I watched one video of people talk about the dorms, and I said, that's where I'm going.
Yeah.
I went to sleep. I said, I'm going to Howard. I did one online tour. It was like the virtual tour where they got the camera set up in the middle of the yard and they show you the whole yard. I said, that's where I'm going.
That's how it was with.
So you're not like a planner, you're like a manifester.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because I knew I was going to Howard before I got in.
Yeah.
See,
I didn't know I was going to get in.
Go to Savannah College Art and Design. That was my school since 7th grade. They had a fashion degree program.
I'm going
I knew I was going to be a student athlete. in college.
I was a student athlete. But
I never even did an application for it. I went to Kent State. They like literally when it came to decision making, Kent State in the mail sent me a whole pamphlet and stuff like that. I went and did an online tour. Fell in love. They had an actual campus live. It was not that far. It was in Ohio. Fell in love.
Oh, see, that's why I said, like, my pressure and, like, setting a new standard is because of my background. When I sat down at that computer, it was like, what school produces the #1 black African-American veterinaries in the nation? Tuskegee University.
Tuskegee.
What do you want to be when you
grow up? Shout out to my grandpa.
Yeah, I want to be a veterinarian. You're going here. That was it. It was, there was no manifesting, visualizing. The goal was set. We are talking about the #1 institute producing African-American veterinary medicine.
I don't know if it's manifestation.
And it was like, you're going to go here. You meet all the qualifications to go here. Your grandfather lives down the street. You're going here. Why? Because I said so. It is spoken. That is your goal. Nothing outside of that said that you're not going to.
I don't think it's manifestation. Actually, now that
it's
we're talking about it,
it's work.
I think it's definitely the hard work, but I think it's also once you see yourself in a place, you put yourself there.
But there's no way
and you're gonna do whatever
it takes to get to that
right.
point.
There's no way you deal with that like hurt of I didn't do it. No.
If I had not gotten into Howard, child, I don't know what I would do.
Girl, it wasn't an option for me not to get into Tuskegee. You're going here.
Kent State.
You're going here.
A full ride to Kent State, and they were
a full ride.
Yep, and they were top 5 in the nation.
You
and
3 years ago
for fashion design.
Oh my God!
Why would
I would have been a crash out before I knew what a crash out was.
Where was I gonna go?
Yeah.
My mom's already told me.
Where you going?
What's crazy?
She said you are not having any student loans. You better figure it out.
Oh,
figured it out.
Got it done.
I'm gonna go Kent State.
Full ride. They offered the money. I'm going.
And I can go to Paris.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Done.
Oh wow.
So that's how I think you set
I didn't
the
have
standard.
that conversation.
You didn't have a money conversation?
I didn't have a money conversation.
Ooh.
I passed up at least 4 full rides.
See?
Like when we got to my final decision family meeting, there were 3 schools.
Meeting is crazy.
There were 3 schools on the spreadsheet.
Into you.
There were 3 schools on the spreadsheet: Howard, Spelman, and University of San Francisco. University of San Francisco is giving me a full ride for their Black Scholars Program, whatever thing. Spelman is Spelman. I didn't really want to go and stay in a dorm where they got air conditioners in the windows. Like, what do you have going on?
Standard.
Central air.
Standard.
I live in a house with central air. I'm not going to no dorm.
Right.
And then I ended up at Howard, and I was living in the projects. It's okay.
Next episode, we need to talk about standards and realistic goals.
Okay.
And then actually what happened.
Okay.
Because goddamn, humility. We
did not money was a factor, but ultimately I didn't even really decide that I was going to Howard. My family was like, your aunt lives in Maryland, you have cousins in Maryland. We live in Delaware, we're an hour and a half away. We live in New York, that's 6 hours away versus 18 hours driving to Georgia, however long it is.
Right.
And I was like, so I guess I'm going to Howard.
That was it, decision made.
But we never talked about, I never was concerned about my bill being paid.
Yeah.
And I think that's a very set side of privilege.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is.
Because I have friends that I know that were like firing their asses off on their keyboards, typing up scholarship applications,
trying to get the money.
and trying to get.
That was me.
And I did that my freshman year, but after that I did not.
Yeah.
And the other part to that was I didn't qualify for a lot because of my parents' income.
Right. Right.
So a lot of stuff I was forced to, like, I didn't qualify.
Ooh, girl, standard. My mom, her Parent Plus loan is paid for. Like, girl, you just
Period.
Yeah, I'm like, not. Stuff is paid off,
And I don't have any loans.
Yeah.
I don't have any
That's
debt.
beautiful.
The only
That
debt
is
that I have is my credit cards because I
That's
don't know
your
how
debt.
to say no.
That's your debt.
That's beautiful.
But I think new standards come from just moving on in life.
New standards come from seeing where you were and seeing where you want to be.
Being
and
goal
comparing.
oriented for me. I told
Absolutely.
you, if I'm like, oh, I'm getting there, that's happening. Yeah, that's about to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
My student loan comes from me knowing that I was going to travel to Paris. That was not a discussion. That was like the key of why I wanted to go to Kent State. They had programs where I could go to New York, but I'm like, there's a reason why I'm only applying to schools outside New York. I don't want to be here where I need to start growing
Not
up
forever.
from where I was.
Right.
Like, I need to grow so I can get to where I want to be.
Yeah.
So my grandma had a whole panic attack while I was in Paris. It's cool. She's still alive. It's cool. Whatever. But still.
She good.
She's good. Like, I'm glad. She don't know I'm gonna be going back soon, but like,
please don't tell her.
I'm not. I'll FaceTime her when I'm there.
Jesus.
Oh, I gotta stop drinking that. I got a burp.
It's okay. We didn't say 1, 2, 3 yet.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I got a burp.
All right. So, why do so many people struggle with knowing their worth?
I think it's having constructive criticism. Your circle. Check your circle. A lot of times we think we're okay until the mirror is held up to us.
Okay.
And it's like,
And I would say low self-esteem.
And I've
yeah,
been the
but
mirror
even
in
with
too many
esteem,
people's
you might
stories.
settle in your self-esteem and be like, I am who I am. But until you have somebody to be like, you have
Baby.
a problem with substances. And it's like, but I'm okay with where I'm at.
Quiet, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. I think
You
it's
just might be the problem.
It's only the second episode, and she already threatened fighting somebody on
right. But that's
You know,
what
because we was about to
I'm
fight
saying.
last episode.
Right.
Some people struggle because they don't have the supportive circle or the people around them to push them.
Put the shaker down.
Right, put the shaker down. Think about it as if I'm running a race with people or I'm involved in a race, I'm not by myself. So who's my competition? Who's gonna help me or push me? Who's my tracker? What is that called? The person in front, like speed tracker versus the tail.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever technical. I'm not an athlete.
Okay.
But you know the pace setter.
Bitch, I was on the bowling team.
But who's
Act
the
like you
who's
know.
not bowling?
Yes.
But like I was
a golfer
pace
and a
setter.
bowler. Please.
So it's
I
hard
work
to
with
do
that physical
that
shit.
when you're like, okay, I don't have a pace setter and I don't have a tail. So I'm in a race by myself. Of course I'm gonna settle in who I am. I don't have a motivation, an idol, an influence. I don't have anybody behind me saying I need to do better, like no child or a dependent. I'm just out here. I think people who are like that sometimes where you're like, nobody's ever been honest enough with me to be like, girl.
I feel like I've always been too honest with myself.
But you have influences around you, like your parents and grandparents.
Yeah.
You have an extensive resume.
Girl.
Where you're like, so the pace setter is there.
And it's scary almost because I'm like, okay, if I don't do this, I don't have the same story as my grandmother.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of people don't know her story.
But privilege, what's your excuse?
Right. I don't have an excuse. I don't have a reason why I shouldn't have all these degrees
Didn't
after my name.
stop doing that?
Yes,
You did. You did. But I don't have a reason why I shouldn't have a master's, a doctorate, and all of the things, and all the certifications, and all of the bull. There's no reason I shouldn't be a nurse right now, actually.
Right, because it was lined up for you. The
your
path was there. Your
what I'm
village is there.
And they still pushing me.
My grandma's a whole phlebotomist. Every time she's like, this is why you should have gone to school
Phlebotomy,
to be in the medical field. My mom, she went to school for nursing. She just didn't take her test.
Because I really could pick up a shift tomorrow and make $1,000. And I would be fine.
The worst is when you
a medical assistant right now.
When you look
wanted
up
to get a
the
bachelor's
description
of
of the
arts.
job and you be like, I have a science degree. I can literally transfer into any business.
Anything.
Any
You
career.
cannot.
I want to.
But I don't want to.
I don't want to.
You cannot.
And they like, oh, as long as you have the degree, it say science. Oh, come over here. I don't want to do a 2-month training and just transfer careers.
But not. But now, what's scary is for people who graduated in like the past, 2-3 years, but even this year especially, you are not going to get a job fresh out of college.
No.
Let that go.
No.
And I think society really be pushing that.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
Not true.
No.
It's
If
not
you are
true.
anything like me
you might
and you
get
put
an
more pressure on
internship,
yourself
you might
than
get an
than other
internship.
people do on you,
Unpaid
Unpaid
internship. That's what you're gonna get.
you will not get a job fresh out of college.
And you gotta be okay.
I had an
years
internship
of
that got me
experience.
another internship, and I'm still unemployed.
Yeah, I heard.
Are we? Yes. As a matter of fact, I am.
You ain't shit.
Our generation has been fighting for our lives out here. We in the streets fighting.
From high school to now,
We can't even get an apartment by ourselves. They say we make too much money. We gotta make
Not
free
a
money.
generational gap.
I barely
we
graduated high school.
What is not the
We gotta make
generation
3
gap?
times the rent in order to do an apartment. Then they tell us
And that's
to
why I
do
live
low
with my
income,
mama.
that we make too much in low income. That's why I still live with my mama.
Like, it's no way I make more than the people that are supposed to be on Section 8, and I'm a fucking intern. You cannot be serious right now.
Fuck it.
No, that speaking of the rental,
Cause that's crazy.
It's scary out here. The job market, rental market.
I used to live in. they done doubled the rent but made no upgrades.
Yeah, because
That's why that shit burned down.
That's what I said. As
No,
someone,
not that one. Okay.
oh, see,
Trauma.
trauma.
Triggering for me.
It's the liquor.
It's trauma.
Hug me.
No.
As someone from a
me,
different
bitch. No, I
perspective, I
start
think
crying.
that is difficult to understand.
That's
It's difficult to understand because we kind of had a decade to build into where we wanted.
Yeah.
And y'all coming in at the same place we are coming into it, and we took 10 years to get here.
Okay.
Yeah.
They want to start.
So like my first apartment at 21, fresh out of undergrad, was $500. It was a studio. It was probably the size of this, like when we were shooting
I
it.
had 2 roommates.
See, I had never had a roommate as an adult.
My first apartment, I just had 1 roommate.
Right. So like I had a
I have never lived by myself. That's a whole nother situation.
That's why you love him down. Dependent.
That's why
you're very much so dependent.
You're codependent. Ooh. Wow. Are you an anxious attachment type of person?
Anxious attachment is fuck. It's fuck.
Anxious attachment.
And
is
avoid
okay.
it.
We'll work on that
Avoid
next
it here.
episode.
What do we talk about? Black cat golden retriever relationship. You've never lived by yourself.
Boozy s'mores?
I've always had roommates.
Baby,
I don't know either.
Interesting. I prefer to
shit is
live by
nasty.
myself.
I was about to call it blazing campfire.
I will also say, like, I always had, like, apartments or whatever. Like, they weren't cheap. Like, it wasn't like a studio apartment. Like, it was always... the rent was $1,300. Like,
But like to me, I'm paying it like every time. That's what I said. Like myself, it was hard for me. This is what I said. They're coming in and not being able to find full-time employment in your career field was a different experience than me. I came straight out of internship, straight out of graduation, put me on payroll full-time with benefits, and it's like multiple options.
And the jobs that you think are secure are not
as secure. So my perspective was, I'm coming from being
That's why I'm unemployed
hurt.
now.
I'm hurt in college. Sweet, by myself, keys, signing stuff out, working multiple campus jobs. So I'm used to getting it. I gotta get it. I gotta get it. I gotta get it.
I'm always
I don't even
get
think
it.
I came home during breaks because I gotta get it. So
did
when I
not go
did
home during the first couple of
graduate,
breaks.
in that pause between graduation in May and my birthday in August, I was moving in. Like stay here? Y'all here? Family, mom, siblings. This not normal for me. I had been on my own for 4 years, and like really on my own, a suite, working multiple jobs, internships, and traveling. Well, coming home was an adjustment. Stay here? Not an option.
it's such an adjustment.
I went to work the day after graduation.
I think I stayed for less than 6 months.
Girl, you had 30 days.
You know what's crazy? My mom keeps telling me, you don't need a job. Like, you graduate in May. You don't need a job.
You don't need
now.
one.
Yes, I do. Because
you push yourself.
Well, right. And I have a certain like standard that I like to uphold for myself. So if I can't go and get my nails done at the drop of a dime because I have to ask you for money,
Yeah, not doing it.
absolutely not.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely not, because I want my own
And that's
money.
where what we were talking about earlier, we're settling. Where you are, you're like, is a job, or do I need to fight for what I want in my career?
Yeah.
And my worth. Because like your return on investment, you're looking for a 6-figure job
I'm at
in your
this
career
point in my life.
But you're like, damn, Burger
getting
King
a
starting
career.
off at $17.
I'm not working at Burger King.
I had a friend, that's what I said, like not Fallout, because that's still my girl. I know we're recording for the record. That's still my girl. But I remember being pregnant and single, early 20s. When she was like, what are you going to do? Because of FMLA and time off of work and light duty assignment, everything was changing for me. My plans are like different now. I'm becoming a mom. She's like, well, you can just make some extra money and go to McDonald's. I almost flipped my fucking car. Who the fuck is you talking to?
Like, who are you talking to?
You know who I am?
I'm a corporate bitch. Give me a 9 to 5.
I'm a corporate
Put me
bitch.
at a desk.
I'm her.
You will never. I worked at Marshall's for all of 1 month.
When
You
she-
will never see me at a register.
But imagine me.
Anything's wrong.
Put me, but
like,
No,
There's
it's nothing wrong with it. It's an internalized
for me,
thing.
no.
Like here I
I
am.
want more for myself.
Here
so
I am.
I'm not going to put
coming-
myself in that situation.
I'm a corporate girly. I
But
am a doctor.
I'm assuming that she had already had a job. So
I was in-
having
Yes.
a second job. I don't see anything.
I was
a
in-
second job, yeah.
But
Yeah,
no,
that's
I'm
what I'm like.
My
employed.
second job, I was probably the BJ.
I'm employed with benefits. The thing about
second job, I was
FMLA,
at Target.
the thing about FMLA and leave.
I love Target. They don't never hire me.
Being young in your 20s, being young in your 20s, you're like, all right, I know all this stuff. I researched it. This is what's going to. I got benefits in FMLA. They tell you FMLA is 12 weeks of job protection, but they don't tell you like the first 3 weeks is what you accumulated. So this is your paid time off, your seasonal, your holidays, your sick time. You have to go through that first. So you still have FMLA, but now weeks 4 through 12 is unpaid. Who unpaid?
That's why you in HR, because I didn't know that.
Yes. So it's like you have
like short-term disability.
Short-term disability.
FMLA kick in.
Other
That's not real grown shit.
That's some grown shit. That's some grown shit. So this is
disability kicks in before FMLA.
here I am becoming a young professional in the work field, on track for my master's degree, becoming a mom, and I'm like, wait, unpaid. I still got rent due. I still got car insurance. I still got bills. And she was like, yeah, you talking about going to McDonald's, bitch. I'm talking about getting another salary. Like, my brain was, I'm about to work 2 full-time jobs with double the benefits. Because
when I was at the city, I applied for a remote office job.
Yes.
I had to answer calls.
Girl, remote in a different time zone.
I was about to be in that city council. Underneath the city council.
Yes.
Tell us something. Yes, this is Maximus. How can I help you?
Listen, that's what my brain was. You're telling me to go to McDonald's for a part-time job to make extra money. My brain is thinking, how can I make 6 figures where I have job comfort? I'm gonna work 9 to 5, get off of work at 5, and then I'm gonna work 10 to 7. In my brain. Because who said I can't work for California remote?
And then I always had a business.
And then because who said that? You said.
And I'm always do something on the side.
This me in my 20s. If this job is paying me
Call
$50K.
me if you need a t-shirt, your child having a birthday party.
Because I'm a whole event and wedding planner.
Okay? I'm a travel planner who don't get paid to travel.
Design and website.
Okay? Canva loves us.
So anyway, yeah.
I don't even use Canva, really.
What was the question?
I got locked in. I started using Photoshop because I did the training online. Because if you live in New York State, you can get free trainings and certifications through the
you put me onto
the website. You know what I'm saying?
So how do you?
I'm going through my certificate training now. The one we was talking about when we was at the restaurant.
Oh no, I got certifications through what's that website?
You told me Course USA.
Yes, Coursera. You can get free trainings for 3 years.
That's what you told me, girl. I told you I set my account up that day at the table.
That's what I'm talking about. You better use my advice, motherfucker.
I don't play that. She said, "Oh, do you have this?" I do. I'm working through my certification.
And you better get
right
that
now.
shit free. You don't need to pay for a motherfucking thing in this country.
Working through my certification, I need the documents. As a black woman in this world, we need things to be printed plain and white.
Fun segment.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Stop letting me pull this damn cup up.
Okay, but yeah, it's fucking rubbing alcohol in that fucking
That
cup.
is how you set new standards, personal growth, and moving forward.
Chocolate.
It's literally not.
I don't even know what we talked about this episode.
All right, so come on.
So in my bag, it's an emotional reflection. So, Carys, do you have a question for us? Or Lex, do you have a question for us?
Let me see what I got for y'all.
I don't want to drink that no more.
Okay, what's an emotion you've been sitting with this week? Girl, a lot. A lot. You know, just family shit. So it's been a lot.
Yeah.
You know what? I had a moment in my car, and I only see like the other people do this where they like scream in their car and like let it all out. But I did that in my car, and I didn't realize how freeing it works.
It does.
But I think the emotion that I've been sitting with, because I'm very passive and I keep everything closed in, is anger. I've been so disappointed and angry, and I haven't had the opportunity to express that appropriately, either because I'm sparing somebody else's feelings, or because I work in corporate America, or because I'm a mom, or because I'm a power of attorney and like I'm over somebody's medical health, like things like I haven't had the moment. Like I said, I don't get the opportunity to spaz out, to like lose my mind and let that. I can't be a crash out. I have too much to lose.
Don't grow up.
But in my moment, I don't know why I like screamed and cussed and let all that anger out.
Because you have to.
It was like I was sitting on that. Like,
have
I be
to.
sparing people.
You have to give yourself that space to just let it out.
Yeah. So like that's the emotion I've been sitting with is anger. Anger is such a very deep emotion. It is. And it's
more than
draining.
anger.
It's more than
And
anger.
your body holds that in.
And it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm sad, I'm gonna cry and let it out. I'm like, I'm not sad no more. If I'm like really happy and joyful, it's like moment passes. But anger, that shit lingers.
Yeah,
It's like grief.
Why you were angry, and it gets you. Get angry.
That's why I am the way I am.
So I think I've been sitting with a lot of anger and disappointment.
Certified
Crash out. But I've been sitting with that, and it's, I just wanted to let it out.
CC.
Yeah. Yep, anger. I have a lot, and that's why they're like, oh, you're an angry black woman. We hold a lot of anger. It's one of the hardest things to express.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a lot of anger.
Yeah.
For me, it was, I don't know what my feeling is yet because I found out a couple weeks ago that my grandma might be going through like the beginning stages of dementia. Like not like fully, but like it's starting.
Yeah.
And that's something that runs in my family, so I know I've seen it, like how it's like. I work at a doctor's office, so somebody that I know from when I was little, when doing Girl Scouts, she's now having dementia, or I can see signs of it because she thinks I'm my mom talking to me about what I'm doing, but thinking I'm my mom.
Right.
And my great grandma that passed had dementia. She thought I was my mom. So that realization of, oh, when my grandma, because I'm really close to my grandma, she's like my best friend. When my grandma gets to that stage, she's going to think I'm my mom and she's not going to remember me. That hurts.
Yeah.
Because I've had conversations, I've talked with
So
her.
are you sitting on like the fear of that because
I think so, that fear of...
Are you gonna cry? Because I can't right now.
Girl, I'm trying to hold it in.
Don't do that. Okay. Don't do
I have to
that.
tell you something. So my grandfather had dementia.
My grandmother had it.
As he was.
Not my grandma. My grandma broke up with her boyfriend because he had dementia.
Bro, what the fuck?
Stone cold.
God damn.
Stone cold.
I think she, like, before my grandma...
She said, I'm not
sickness
going
or
through
health.
that.
Okay. She said no.
Before my grandma passed away, she was like, her significant other, which we just called him Mr. Such and Such, she was like, he acting weird. He keep popping up at my house doing like stuff that was like, why you doing it? And we found out it's because he had early onset dementia. He was going through dementia, but then she had passed. So I think God had a funny way of like taking his memory of who she was and then her passing so that it didn't hurt him as much.
Yeah.
So I think it all played out. Dementia is a blessing in disguise.
It is.
It is.
My grandfather, oh my God, that he was really my best friend. When he got dementia, it got to a point where he knew who I was, but he would still get confused. Like even when I was younger, before he even got dementia, you know what I'm saying, or before it was fully developed, he would always confuse me and my mom. And I'm like, Grandpa,
Right.
girl, you know it's your munchkin. Like, stop playing.
Yeah.
It's your munchkin. I'm not that girl. I don't know her. Yeah, we locked in.
So,
But my grandpa was really my best friend. He got dementia, and it was so devastating.
Yeah.
Because you could look him dead in his face, and he'd be like, okay,
right, because who you talking to? I don't know.
what does this have to do with me? And you really, like, from a granddaughter standpoint, ooh, that was so hard. Oh my God, that was so hard.
Yeah.
But from my understanding of health and knowing what his diagnosis was and his prognosis was, when I tell y'all, my grandpa was not supposed to be as long as life as he was. My grandfather had pancreatic cancer twice.
Damn.
He had... He was a survivor.
Lex, I think that drink is settling in.
My grandpa,
She was like, damn.
he had pancreatic cancer twice, but he also had amyloidosis, and that is something that people don't know what it is. Doctors will confuse amyloidosis with carpal tunnel. They will confuse it with arthritis. They will confuse it with cancer because it attacks different parts of your body, and it produces different deposits of fat. Amyloid is actually the protein that causes dementia.
So it's like if they would have treated the amyloidosis, it wouldn't have developed into dementia.
Exactly.
Girl, because what did you just say?
Whatever
She don't know.
she was talking about, amyloidosis.
Amyloidosis is what he had. It was attacking his heart. And everyone just thought he had arthritis. They thought he had dementia, all of these things.
Girl, that could be a whole nother episode about misdiagnosis for black people, like the culture.
Yeah.
Yes.
But at the same time, my grandpa never changed.
Yeah.
So we're back. We had a little cry break, but
Shit got real.
for the record, we still here though.
We still here.
Okay.
Sisters.
Oh.
Sisters, because girls.
With the boozy tissue.
I thought I took that out of phrase.
Tissue.
So, with Boozy Campfire and the topic of are we settling on the record, Shana, can you close us out?
Yes. Thank you guys for watching for
The Record
Podcast.
Bye.